of you.
Hi, how are you?
Very well. Welcome to India today. It's
Thanks.
just International Yoga Day is round the corner, and I'm very excited to be joined by Malaika Arora and Sarvesh right here on India today. Welcome, both of you. Um, when we speak of yoga, the first name that comes to my mind when it comes to Bollywood or just the industry is Malaika. There is no denying that. I want to know, I'll start with Malaika first. I want to know, I know that yoga has been a huge impact in your life. How has things changed for you, or how has it impacted you personally? If you can give me a brief answer to that.
Uh, well, it's very difficult to narrow it down in a nutshell and in three words or in one line or on a sentence, because it's been immense, the kind of impact it's had in my life, not just physically, mentally, emotionally, every which way. I genuinely feel I'm a better person thanks to yoga. I feel I'm a happier person, a better person, more relaxed, calmer. I don't know. I just feel it has brought about a lot of a sense of clarity, a sense of happiness in my life. So I have to say that it's just been wonderful, being able to practice yoga. It's been amazing that and I feel apart from that is on a personal level, but I feel if in whatever way, if I can change 10 people's minds out there or 100 people's minds out there about the benefits of yoga or what yoga can bring about in your life, and I say this purely from my personal experience. So even if I can touch a few lives out there, I think it's a job well done. I think I'm happy. I feel we are on the right path, and we've set out to do something good together. So I'm really glad about that.
Sarvesh, tell me, how did this collab? I mean, how did you and Malaika come together for this entire yoga collab? Because this is something which is so unique in its own way, right? I want to understand, how did it all start? Where did it start?
I think this answer is there everywhere in record. So probably have to say it one more time. Firstly, thank you so much for having us, Bhavna. So I think, this vision of us was connecting 7 billion breaths. And I always knew that I couldn't do it alone, right? Before Malaika came on board, I was a single founder. I mean, everything, right from valet parking to cleaning the studio to everything, I used to do it on my own. Even though I come from a certain family background, etc., but I wanted to sort of do it on my own, etc. And then one fine day, through one of our common partners, they said you should meet Malaika and see if there's an interesting opportunity. And I remember very clearly day one, we sat in a conference room, and the first thing she said is, listen, I don't want to, before we start this meeting, I don't want to be a brand ambassador or like a face of the brand. I want to be a partner.
Be the brand. I want to be the brand.
And be the brand. So I said, so then my next thing to my person who introduced us was, I don't know what you're going to do, but you need to make this happen, because that's exactly who I wanted, right? Malaika will be in New York. She'll call me from there. She's like, Sarvesh, I remember seeing bags in the studio hall. Can you check whether that's clean right now? I'm like, oh, and then I'll tell my studio people like, hey, listen, Malla's checking this, please ensure it's done. So that's the level of involvement that she showed on day one. And we shared the same vision, like you just heard, that not just changing her life, but also how can one spread the message. And I think from there, I think rest is history. So, yeah.
So from both of you, actually, I want to know, since you both collaborated, what kind of changes have you seen with people who are associated with Sarva also? Like, have you seen a change there?
Touch wood. I think I need to touch wood, and I need to really, I think that is, firstly, we are not sitting here to gloat. We are not sitting here to inflate our egos or stuff like that. I think, like he said, we set out with a goal. We set out with a vision. It was his vision. He made me part of the vision. I've always felt or had this in my head, but I probably didn't know at that point how to go about it. And I think chances of meeting people or people coming in, there's a reason why people come into your life. There's always a reason. I think it's planned, it's pre-planned, it's predestined, things like this. So yes, so we set out to do a certain something together. And I just feel so grateful. I feel so happy. And let me tell you, it's not been smooth sailing from day one. I mean, and it'll probably never be smooth sailing for any business. For anybody who sets out, it's never going to be complete. There'll always be that graph. There'll always be ups and downs, and that's part and parcel of the journey. But the kind of love, the kind of a community, the kind of feedback, the kind of response that we get from our patrons, from our yogis and our yoginis, as we call them, from our extended family that we've created over these couple of years, 4 years to be 4 years, right?
Yeah.
And so it's just been phenomenal. It's been amazing. It's been so gratifying. And like I said, it's not smooth sailing. We run into all kinds of issues and stuff on a daily basis, but that's part and parcel, like I said. And with every one of those hurdles, you learn to cope, you learn to do better, you learn to strive more, you learn that, oh my God, you can't just sit back and say, acha, you have to you got to keep bettering, and you got to keep achieving and whatever that, I mean, that list is endless. So yes, all we know is we just see happy customers. We see happy people. We see people who are women, men alike, who are so proud and happy to be part of our community. And I think that in itself is just amazing. I mean, I was traveling recently, and I don't know if I shared this with you, Sarvesh. I think I have forgotten, which I always do. I was traveling and I was in Turkey in a small place, and there was two ladies who came up to me, and she said, both of them, one was from Bangalore, one was from Chennai, and they said that they started out their journey of yoga with Sarvesh at Sarva, so they started like that, and now one of them has moved to Mumbai, and what are the chances that you just bump into somebody and they tell you? And she actually had her hands and she said, thank you so much, for doing what you all do, because it has really changed I can't tell you. I probably had tears because I am very emotional about these things. And I'm sorry, I forgot to mention this to you, Sarvesh, but this did happen at an airport in a very remote place and very, very, so yes, I think that is the impact, that is the reach, that is the connectivity, and that is what we want to aim for. So yes, if you touch, like I keep saying, if you can touch a few lives, then
nothing like it. Sarvesh, for you, what is the biggest compliment that you have received? Like, I think what Malaika just said is one of those compliments, but something that stayed with you, because like you said, you set out to bring a change, and you do see a change.
Yeah, so like like Malla said that my Guruji, when I was I think 17, 18 years old, he said, Sarvesh, remember, your life is fulfilled if you've changed one life, and you tell them to change one life more, and if that chain can continue, the world will be a much more kinder, nicer, happier place. So I think that one has been very, very good. I think one incident would be I was in Sri Lanka for a New Year's. I danced quite a lot. I was dancing and somebody came up to me and said, hi. I'm like, hi. So I said, I'm sorry, I don't remember you. He was like, no, I was your first client in 2013. And trust me, after I've taken sessions, I moved to Singapore. I've not probably missed even one single day of class because I've changed as a person. So I think, such incidences are just heartwarming. But, you also think, right? And I always tell when the graph is down, when you hear this, the graph goes back again up. Okay. Now let's wake up next day morning and get 2 more people to say the same thing and go on.
Move on. Do better.
Bhavna, your microphone's on mute.
No.
Malaika, I want to speak. I want to know from you, because, there's always this misconception also when it comes to yoga. That there are some people who would say that, but this is only for people who don't want to really go for a rigorous workout. There are a lot of misconceptions. So if in a minute you had to debunk 3 misconceptions about yoga, what would that be?
Oh God, jump in button. Okay, I would firstly, this whole misconception about yoga is slow and boring. That in itself needs to go. that yoga doesn't help you lose weight. That is another myth that we need to really get across. And I think the third would be what was the third be?
Yoga is only for flexible people.
Or yoga is only for the elderly, like the younger generation. So literally, I mean, it's like only the elderly people. So these are a few that need to be erased from people's minds once and for all, because I think these are age-old myths, age-old way of looking at it. Things have changed. It's not like that. I can tell you. I mean, I can pull out like examples of happy customers that we are, happy patrons from others who will turn around and tell you that A, life changed for them. B, it is so hectic and strenuous. That is one. B is that they have lost 20 kilos and above. And 3, we have yoga for kids all the way up. So these are all myths that we really need to bust. So yes, I think we are in the process. Every day is a new day. Every day we will strive to change these mindsets. Every day we will go out there and say ki yoga se hi hoga, and we will not give up on saying that.
It's very personal for me as well, because I also practice yoga and I've seen so much of a difference in me personally as well ever since I started. I think it's been like 1.5 years of me doing it, and I know the kind of change it can bring.
Why don't you tell us? You're saying it, let us tell me 3 changes that it has brought about in your life.
Exactly what you said.
3 changes. As a yogini, what are the 3 changes that is brought about in your life?
I don't think I've come to a point where I can call myself a yogini, because you really need to be like very, very, passionate and very consistent. I don't think I'm very consistent.
That's another myth. You don't have to be passionate and consistent to be a yogini. No. As long as you're on the path of yoga, you're a yogini. Now, what level of a yogini? Now that time will tell. But you're on the right path.
So you gave me 4 myths that you have debunked today. One of the myths I had. So okay, now I have a rapid fire for both of you, which is related to health and yoga. And I want both of you to be very quick. Sarvesh, brace yourself. I think Malaika is used to rapid fires. I don't know if you are or not. So let's go.
I'm already sweating.
Okay, your biggest flex when it comes to yoga is?
Mine or Sarvesh?
Both of you. So what I'll do is one. Let's go like that. Okay.
2 seconds. Yeah.
Okay.
My biggest flex is that I can do 108 Surya Namaskars without a problem.
Wow. Sarvesh, for you?
I've done a headstand for 40 minutes.
What?
Baba, I can't. Now that I can't do, I will have my...
Okay, what is the best time to do yoga according to you? Malaika?
Best time. There's no such thing as best time. Any time of the day. But for me, morning. Anytime. There is no such thing as best time.
Pause gap between your meal.
As long as you keep a gap between your food and your
no best time to do a good thing, Bhavna.
What's your favorite asana?
Malaika.
Chakrasana.
Sirsasana.
What is the most difficult asana for you personally?
Oh God, there are so many that are so difficult. I would say a headstand is the most difficult for me.
Okay. Sarvesh?
Butterfly pose.
Okay. How has yoga changed you, if you want to say that in one word?
I just say a better person.
Okay. Sarvesh?
Compassion.
Okay.
See, compassion, happiness, good health, well-being, everything comes under one word, which is a better person.
Okay, eating habit before and after yoga, if you had to, an eating habit before and after yoga, what would you suggest to people?
Eating habit. I try not to eat anything before yoga, or if I do, at least I need at least 1.5 hour gap. After yoga, the first thing after I need to, for me, I like I don't know. I like a smoothie or something. I just need to be hydrated. I like something which is hydrating, because when I do
Right.
yoga, after I finish, I tend to, you sweat so much, so you tend to lose a lot of salts from your body. So you should replenish that in whatever way possible. Partner, what's
Yeah.
yours?
Well, I don't, I mean, again, similar thing. I think before practice, I don't eat anything. I usually don't eat much any which ways. After practice...
Can I answer for Sarvesh? Before yoga, he eats paneer. After yoga, he eats paneer. Sorry.
Okay,
Sorry.
if
No,
you
you have to say
suggest
after.
two yoga.
No, let him say what after. You people want to know.
After yoga, paneer. I'll go with partner. After yoga, paneer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't see both of you anymore, though. Can you see me?
Yeah, yeah.
I can see you. I can see everyone.
I'll just see everybody. Yeah, your microphone's on mute now.
Yeah. So I was saying, what is, if you had to suggest two asanas for face yoga, what would that be?
For face yoga, I would say one is the pout pose, which is called...
Fish.
Okay, fish. Right?
Oh.
Fish pose. And second is Anulom Vilom Pranayam.
I also feel very good is any kind of inversions.
Inversion.
Any inversion is very, very good, because it's instant rush. It's a blood rush, which is very good for this. And of course, yeah. So I think even I would say very good, these two.
Bhavna,
Oh, lovely. So lastly, how many...
Last question, both of us.
Yeah, I'm just taking...
Yeah.
Okay, last two questions. Let's do two questions.
Two questions.
Okay.
Yeah. So for one is that, if Malaika, to you especially, because we know that you mentioned about still being in a phase, especially because of the accident recently, you were going through a phase where mentally, you were dealing with things. How has yoga helped you sort of center yourself? Because I know that it does help, to sort of have that mental peace. I want
without making light of it, without making light of the situation. The only question I kept asking, besides my healing, I think the one question that I kept asking my doctor is, when can I go back and start practice? Because obviously I was not allowed to go back to practice. It took me, I could only start after 3 weeks, literally. That too, I could only start with very basic yoga, very basic breathing. I couldn't do anything much. I think that was really bothering me. And I kept asking my doctor, I said, please, I just need to get back to practice, because I know that will really make a huge difference to my my mental state and my healing process. So I mean, I swear that's the only question I kept asking my doctor. I didn't ask anything else. I was like, when my scar has to heal, it'll heal. Everything will heal in its time. Please, can I get back to practice? So that is the amount, that is literally how much I was, begging for it, because I knew it would do a world of good. And the day my trainer came home, my teacher came home and did a class, I was in tears. I hugged my trainer. I was so happy. I was over the moon that I could, and literally, just the fact that I could do all of it, because I thought maybe my body won't allow me. Body has its own way of recuperating, and you have to let your body recoup, because my body has gone through immense shock. And when your body goes into shock, you have to recover from it. And when I could actually go through 45 minutes of that 1 hour of my class, I was over the moon. I said, yes, I think I told her, I said, yes, I could do class. I could do the whole thing. So that made a huge difference. Today, we are 2 months down since I had the accident, and touch wood, I am back to doing class, back to doing everything, back on my feet. It's over 2 months, 2.5 months. So I'm just really grateful and thankful for it. Thank you, yoga.
So happy for you.
Thank you.
So lastly, Sarvesh, now tell me, for people who still have this reservation, who want to try yoga but are still sort of stopping themselves because they feel that, oh my God, I'm not flexible enough, I can't do this. Do you have these 3 asanas maybe in mind, which could be a beginner's guide in for yoga for people?
Yes, I think one, not I'd actually name it not 3 asanas, just the Surya Namaskar alone. If one can practice every single day, that is more than enough, because it's such a practice with your breath when you do. Because a lot of people don't realize the importance of breathing in yoga, because the more and more you're able to breathe and do a pose, what happens is you become more aware. And when you're aware on the 3 by 6 feet mat, you become aware of the mat as well. And that's why the popular saying, yoga is not life on the mat, it is life off the mat. So Surya Namaskar and Anulom Vilom every single day is fantastic.
And when he says Surya Namaskar, you start with 1, 2, and then gradually build to it. Let me tell you, it is the one way of doing a complete full body workout. It literally is. And as you start doing basic Surya Namaskars, and then you add add-ons to your Surya Namaskar to make it a little more challenging and difficult. Let me tell you, it is the most effective.
I can only imagine. I know, actually. I don't need to imagine. I know exactly what you're talking about. So thank you so much, both of you. I hope that you keep promoting yoga and smile the way you do when you speak about it, because not many people are so passionate about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and happy International Yoga Day to everybody. Do yoga, stay happy, stay content, be peaceful, both mind and body.
Thank you so much. Bye. Take care. Thank you. Bye.